Alright, so have I found the perfect headlamp in the Nitecore HA23 UHE? So the Nitecore HA23 UHE is an ultralight multiple colour temperature headlamp. It can have dual power sources, i.e. the Nitecore lithium polymer battery here, or it can be you can run it off 3 AAAs. So dual power source, and it can be used for a wide variety of different activities: camping, hiking, fishing, or in fact even trail running. Alright, so look, before I go any further, I'm actually doing a free giveaway with this light. In order to be put into the draw, to actually be sent a free one of these, and that's the HA23 UHE. All you have to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comments that you've done that, and I'll stick you into the free draw, and then I will contact you after that length of time. Okay, so look, on with the light. So the basics on the light: I measured the light with the Nitecore HLB. It's an HLB 1500 battery, and I measured the light at I think 81 grams. I haven't measured the weight with the AAAs. So very, very light. And then run times, I'll just sort of read you off the box here. 600 lumen on high for 3 hours. Mid is 280 lumen for 4 hours 30 minutes. Low is 100 lumen for 12 hours, and ultra low is 125 lumen. Is 6 lumen for 125 hours. Okay, so I kind of got that a bit mixed up there. So theoretically the run times are very, very good, and in practice I went out for a 45-minute walk along the country roads, and I made sure that I actually used this on full power. And then afterwards, when I pressed the mode button and looked at the battery status indicator, this is the same battery here that's in it now, there were still 3 bars left. So I was quite impressed with that, I have to say. I thought it was very, very good. And then I've also tested this on an actual camping trip, where I was outside a tent for ages doing lots and lots of beam shots, going through the different multiple colour temperatures, etc. And we'll show you that in a moment. And again, the battery was fairly impressive. So really, really good on battery length, and I think that's something that with a lot of the Nitecore lights that I've used in the past, it's kind of set them apart a little bit from some of the other brands. The batteries in them seem to be really, really strong. So let me just run through now this sort of feature set of the light. So the light actually has 2 buttons on it, and they're sort of a different shape and feel. And 2 buttons to access the features is much better than 1. If a light only has 1 button on it and multiple features, you're kind of like frantically pressing through the 1 button trying to get what you want. And obviously if it has a shed load of buttons, it's too complex. So 2 buttons are absolutely perfect. The button on the right is sort of like your power button. It's just press and hold, for I think it's 2 seconds, and that just brings the light on, and then you just simply whip through the modes. Or not the modes, but the power levels, simple as that. And then on any of the power levels, you can simply then just change the colour temperature of the light with a button on the left, and that just cycles through. And those colour temperatures range, I think, between 3000 Kelvin for the warmest one to 4500 for the mid one, and I think it's 7500. I'll put those up on the screen if I haven't got them right for the cooler light. And the idea is that there on the likes of I have to cycle this through to work it out. Yeah, so the warmest one there gives you better beam penetration in the likes of fog or rainy conditions or snow. The middle one then is just more comfortable just on your eyes. It's more sort of natural, and sorry, that was on the wrong one there. And then the cool one just gives you, it's just slightly sharper. I mean, I'll show you these in reality in a moment. A double press here will then just put it onto the ultra low at any time. And then you can have a single press of the power button just gives you, or not the power button, the mode button on the left gives you then just the battery status indication. And then a double press puts this on to like an SOS or like a strobe sort of function. And then a long press then just puts it on to a red light. So what I'm trying to say here is it has a really good feature set that allows it to be used in lots of different conditions, and that just makes a light incredibly good value for money. The battery compartment, this here just pops out, and it's a real, when you pop that back in, It's a really good reassuring click, I have to say, which I was quite impressed with. And then this is just a Nitecore, you know, battery that can be charged in the unit just by popping this in here. And then there's small battery status indicators to let you know how well charged it is. But I think that's pretty good. And you can charge it, as I said, in the unit or outside the unit. It doesn't really matter. Other features, a good range of tilt. Not sure how many degrees it would be, but these are all quite firm, which is good. The headband itself, the Nitecore bit, is reflective. It's perforated, you know, for ventilation. And there's a strip of silicone here to sort of make it steady. And the adjustment is just, you know, here, you know, to sort of change the tightness of it. I found it very, very comfortable. So my experience of using the light, I haven't tested it with the AAAs, just simply used it with this, and this is definitely what I would recommend. I mean, this battery is only like £11.95 and £3 postage, you know, and I would have that as the battery. That's what I would use. It's a much more efficient system. It's better on the environment. You're not messing about with these, but you do have these and the potential of using the AAAs as backup. So we'll look now just at some of the beam shots. So on the lowest setting, which is the 100 lumen, I actually found that it had really good, it's quite a nice little spot on it, but still a little bit of spread of light. I found the last couple of lights that I've tested with Nitecore, they've kind of punched a bit above their weight, so they're brighter than you would actually think at the given lumen, or at the stated lumen. I then took it up, obviously on the next setting is to 280 lumen. And again, it just seemed brighter for that amount of lumen. And then this is it just up on the highest setting, which is a 600 lumen. And again, a really good broad range of spot, or sorry, a nice tight, not tight spot, but enough distance penetration and the spread of light. Really, really good. Alright, so what are my final thoughts on this Nitecore HA23 UHE, what I like about it and what I dislike about it. There's not too much to dislike, but there is actually one thing, and I'll get that out of the way first. The two buttons here, while they're two separate buttons, there's just not enough difference in the feel of the buttons. On other Nitecore units that I've used, these buttons are more prominent, and it's fine when you're looking down at it, but when you actually put that on your head, and you have, I mean, easy enough to get it switched on, but when you're then trying to feel along the top here, maybe it's just me, but I can't really feel too much of a difference between the buttons. So, I mean, I have got it right there to change the color temperatures, but it's just a little bit on the fiddly side. But apart from that, I can't fault the light. The weight to power outputs and run times ratios are fantastic. You know, 600 lumen at in and around 3 hours with this particular battery. As I said, I've tested it, and after 45 minutes, you know, it was still going really, really strong with 3 bars out of 4 left. So I was very impressed with that. The feature set, having, you know, the red light, the multiple color temperatures, the strobe mode, the lockouts, it's waterproof, really, really good. The build quality, you know, again, you know, all of the units that I've sort of come across, it's really, really tight. You know, it's well made. It's a sort of a rubbery sort of plastic. The adjustment of the headband, all the features, you know, are good, and I think it's a great light that will just suit so many different people. I mean, that's the big advantage of it. It's not available as I've done this review. It's just not available online yet. So I don't actually know the full price of it. I know the price of the battery is like £11. And £3 maybe for postage. That's here in the UK, so I don't actually know the price of the unit. All their other units are pretty competitively priced. I'm sure this one will be as well. And I think it's a really, really versatile headlamp that will have great uses for what I'd said on earlier: camping, hiking, hunting, fishing, and, you know, trail running, because it's light enough, powerful enough, and it stays very, very secure on your head. You wouldn't even know that it's there. So I think that this is a great light, and it'll definitely be the way forward for many, many people.